This is a false sense of security. This is me taking what I think I deserve. This too.
And this is Jess Paul. Here I am in my nice clean hotel room. Don't look at that. So today I am traveling. This is actually on my way to LA to live forever. So this is just from the past. I hope the world's still around. So for this video, the topic is travel keto foods. I've done this a couple times where I've had to fly somewhere, or in this case, a road trip, and I wanted to be on my diet. At the same time, I wanted to be frugal. I didn't want to be buying my meals all the time because it gets really costly. So I wanted to pack things that would keep me satiated because they're keto, they're high fat, they're low carb. You can go a long time without eating. And also, I bought them ahead of time. They're non-perishable. These are the things that you can take with you when you want to do all the things I just said. When I stray too far off my diet, when I get that Cinnabon at the airport, I end up feeling absolutely disgusting. In general, whenever I eat carbs and sugars and go off my diet, it's like really great to begin with, and you're like so glad that you're giving yourself this treat, and then afterwards you're like, I just ate something that has literally no nutritional value, will not be helping me, and it's poisoning my body slowly to my death, to my diabetes. So the first item I really do think is the most relevant, and it is keto carne. I started eating this like at the beginning of my diet, or at least when it was, really marketing itself, and I'm like, oh, I could have that. So this is literally 0 sugars added, zero carbs at all. And this lasts you a long time. You realize really fast after you eat this that a couple strips will do it. The only problem is, depending on what you're trying to do, is there is a lot more protein than there actually is fat. So this does keep you satiated, in my own opinion, when I eat it. You don't end up eating a lot of it at a time because it's jerky. It's not like a chip or a dessert that you could just eat without stopping, without realizing that you're eating too much, because it's kind of a gnaw on it kind of food. Again, 0 sugars, and you can stock up on these. When you go on the website, I think you buy like $25 or $35 at a time, and you buy a couple packets of this to get like free shipping, which is what I usually do, and then I take them on the road. I packed like 4 bags of this. I definitely won't be eating that. I might not even get through 2. But like non-perishable Ziploc bag, so good. Now the next thing is a little bit more on the chippy side. It makes me it's very hard to not eat the whole bag at a time, and it's moon cheese. These are very low carb. This one has 1 carbohydrate per serving. This also, I think there is actually a kind of cheese, because they come in what I think I've seen 5 different flavors. I've got mozzarella here, there's pepper jack, cheddar, jalapeno, or some kind of other pepper, and something else. But I really do like them all. I like to kind of like switch off. These are so good that they're dangerous though. Like, when you do purchase these and when you do start to eat them, just be very conscious of how much you're eating. There are 70 calories per serving, but there are 4 to 5 servings in this bag. So that's not terrible. That's kind of like a small meal. It honestly isn't that bad depending on how closely you're tracking your calories. I love them, and sometimes I do end up eating the whole bag, but on this trip, I think these are my only 2 left. I had another one that I ate day 1, practically kind of as a meal replacement, just to get something in me as we're traveling. Not a great meal replacement, but it does keep you satiated for the road, and doesn't make you, in my opinion, doesn't make you feel like crap. My favorite is the cheddar though. So good and so easy to eat so much of. So definitely get these as a snacky, like if your other passengers on the trip like have chips or whatever, like this is it. In fact, like this, it doesn't even taste like diet food. Like, I would totally eat these if, I just was a normal person. My third thing, it's perfect right now, is an avocado. Obviously, this is not a bagged snack food, which is, a good thing. I love these because they are one of the most nutritious things on our keto diet. They're full of fat, they're full of vitamins, especially including potassium. So I call this like the keto banana because it's, you know, kind of similar without being full of sugar. And so I will open this eventually. I need to go find a plastic knife or something, and I'll just eat it with a fork. I remember when I took this to New York, I used to bring salt in order, because, you know, salt on an avocado tastes amazing. I don't even think I really need to go that far. It's amazing, so good for you. If you want to find something that will continue to make you feel good and fill you up and is actually like full of fruit vitamins, this would be it. And it lives in its own house, and that's why it's easy to travel with. Of course, you have to get it at the kind of ripe consistency. When I took this out of the fridge, it was pretty hard actually. Now it's not too soft, it's not too hard, it's probably really perfect. I'm probably gonna eat this soon before it goes bad. So as far as perishable goes, I guess this is the closest thing to perishable, but it still can last you if you're getting a nice fresh avocado, putting it in your bag, and like taking a less than 5-day trip, you're gonna be good. And the last thing I want to show you, despite being on keto, I have a huge sweet tooth. That's never going to go away, whether it's fake sugar or real sugar. That's not the biggest deal to me. But I packed 1 bar of Lily's dark chocolate. Oh my god, it tastes so good. Like there are several different kinds. I just recently discovered the coconut, so it tastes like a mallow cup as you're eating it. I didn't know that existed. Like I said, I only packed 1 of these because I want to control myself. This is not calorie free, and obviously this is not carb free. It does actually have 19 carbs in it with 8 grams of dietary fiber, 7 of erythritol, so that kind of does come down to only a couple carbs if you minus those out. Like a lot of chocolate bars, it comes in its nice little rows, and what I try to do is obviously limit myself. If I wanted to split this up equally, I could have 2 rows a day as far as this trip goes. I'll try to stick to 1 and then another one if I get really craving for something. So those are all my keto foods. There are links down the bottom. None of this was sponsored. Nobody came to me to advertise these foods. I picked these foods a long time ago, but I did go find affiliate links, so if you guys like them, I get paid. Tell me what you think about any of these foods. If you have, you know, good opinions about them or bad opinions about them, something that you like or don't like about these brands and products. I'm going to continue to pack these when I continue to travel. Keeps my inflammation down. It makes me feel really tight, fit, slim while I'm traveling instead of feeling bloated, especially when you're traveling. You're probably going to a very cool destination. You're trying, like for me, like I would probably be traveling for my acting work. So I do try to stay on my diet as much as I can. Of course, if we're traveling and we like hit like a famous ice cream stand or some kind of really cool place to eat really good food, I might indulge. But when it's not a special event, when you're just trying to get by, get on the road and not be starving, all this stuff. Hey fam! Yeah, it's Jess Paul from the future. Or I guess from the present, if that was the past. Though this is the past right now because you're not watching it live. But to wrap up the traveling portion of this video, I want to go over a little bit of the rest of my journey on how I ate during my road trip, because that was only, I think, day 2 of the trip. So I'd only just eaten for like 1 day, and now I can report exactly all that I ate. Besides my snacks, I got to have a keto burger and salad, a Subway salad, but at the end of the trip, I did just dive right into some good old diner breakfast, which I do not regret because it's probably one of the best breakfasts I ever had. I'm really happy with the way that I conducted myself and bringing the snacks and just being prepared to go on this trip and still stay mainly on my diet for the majority of the trip. Still to this day, 2 months after recording that video, I still stand by all of those foods. I still eat them to this day. I have a stockpile of moon cheese in my cupboard for when I need it. I've gotten pretty good at not eating like 5 in a day, which let's pat myself on the shoulder for that one. And now it's time to spin the wheel. So I'm moving down to maybe 1 video a week. I usually always have a bonus video, but now that I'm getting into the regular workforce, the regular steady pace of adult life,
I don't always have time to make a second video unless it's like I already have it or something. So yeah, they'll be special when they're extra videos. And we have for next week, cool, acting and filmmaking. Can't ever say no to that. I haven't done, I have done a lot of stories. Let's do a filmmaking tutorial, maybe some tips and advice for you filmmakers out there, instead of me just railing into somebody that I don't feel is professional, which is also really professional. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll be here, and I mean right here in this chair, probably working my little actor butt off. And I hope that you come back. See you guys.